Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the VIX, and as you can see, the VIX, it's the 5 and 50 looks like it wants to cross again. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. I like to look at the 30-minute chart. So let's go there, right? So we created a gathering spot here, breaking out of that. Well, broke out of that, only to come down, find support here at 1915. So I always say, where are the trouble places? So right now, that 1915 is a support area. If we lose that 1911, under 1911, 1905, if we lose that 1905, 1902, and if by chance we lose to 1902, we have 1894, under 1894, 1886. Now to the upside, we would definitely need to get back above 1927. Above the 1927, we have 1936 and 1946. That's going to be trouble places for the VIX to the upside. Keep in mind, we normally look at the VIX because it kind of gives an idea of what's going on with the SPY. And in my opinion, the SPY is really interesting. Why? Because yesterday we hit this low, this 580.93, 580.60, 580.56 area. In my opinion, looks like a strong support for the SPY because we've come down to this area, tested it once, only to come down to it again, and we're bouncing from that again. So we're going to continue to the upside, or we're going to get rejected and come back to the downside. What's interesting is when we bounced off of this low on yesterday, we failed to make a new high. So that's what's interesting with the SPY as of right now. So again, I always say, where are the trouble places for the SPY to the upside? We would definitely need to get back above 581.79. If we should get back above that, we will have trouble around 581.95. Again at 582.16, 582.52 or 58 area. 582.53. If we should break that area, we're going to have trouble around the 582.71, which is the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA. So I would definitely watch that level of 582.68 for the SPY because, yeah, that's going to be a strong resistance area. If we should break that, we're going to have trouble at 582.82 and again around 582.88. That is where the ATR trailing stop is. So those are resistance places to the upside for the SPY. Now, can we continue down? We very well can. So under the 581.37, we could have trouble right here around 580.93. If we break the 580.93, 580.75. If we break the 580.75, 580.56. If we should break that 580.14, again at 579.91, 579.74, those are going to be support places. Now, if we break the 579.74, we could very well find support here at 579.03. Those will be trouble places to the upside and to the downside for the SPY. So if you trade the SPY today, y'all know I always say trade carefully. Why? Because in the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So we are now looking at Tesla, and Tesla does what it does. I say that often, right? I noticed something on the, on the 30-minute, on the 1 hour chart with Tesla. I noticed that we have been moving sideways for Tesla, which is interesting, for a while. So I think around the 15th of the month, we have been moving just sideways. Basically, Tesla is going to report earnings one day this week. So that's something to be mindful of. Is it setting us up for a bounce back to the upside, or are we going to continue to the downside? That's interesting. But as of now, y'all know I like to say, where are the trouble places, right? So to the upside for Tesla, as of right now, to the upside, 217.77, 218. If we break the 218 area, 218.59, 218.53. If we should break the 218.53, 219.34. I would definitely watch the 219.34 area because that is the ATR trailing stop, and I like to say that's strong resistance or strong support, right? So above that 219.34 32 area, we could possibly have trouble at 219.71. If by chance we break the 219.71, Tesla can come back to the 220.61 area and find some trouble in that area. So if you trade Tesla to the upside, just know that those are going to be trouble places. Now, above 221.61, we could very well have trouble here at 222. That's right where this previous support area is, which is now our resistance, and the 200 EMA, looking at it on this 30-minute chart. So again, if you trade Tesla today, those are places to the upside that I would definitely watch. Now to the downside, under 217.32, we could possibly have trouble. 216.93, again at 216.63, under 216.63, 215.99. If we lose that 215.99, 214.89, 214.57, 213.98. If we lose that 213.98 for Tesla, we can come back to 213.28, and again at 212.76. And normally Tesla exceeds its ATR for the day, so I would say if you trade Tesla today, trade carefully. We are now looking at Apple. Apple closed at 236.48, and we are trading in this zone where we just broke out of a gathering spot. Let me mark that so I can show. Again, looking at it on this 30-minute chart, we just broke out of a gathering spot here, which is here and here. Because if you look at it, that's where price has been was trading. If I can get that marked, okay, that's where price was trading in this zone here. Let me see if I can get that off. Okay, yeah, so that's where price was trading here in this zone, and Apple, as it just broke out of this area under this 234.89 area, come down to this area here, 234.33 area, to find support. Now, where are the trouble places for Apple? Let's say back to the upside, it will need to get back above this 234.89, and we're probably going to have trouble here at 235.31, again here at this 235.41, 235.64, 236. And if we break the 236, 236.27 is the ATR trailing stop that's forming to the upside for Apple. So those are going to be trouble places. Now, if by chance we break the 236.17 area, we could very well have trouble here at 236.50. That's going to be a trouble place, 236.50. So I would definitely watch that for Apple. Now to the downside, can we continue to decline? And we very well can. So under 234.50, we could possibly find support here at 234.23. Under 234.23, I would definitely watch the 233.84 area. Under 233.84, 233.62, and again at 233.19, that's where our 200 EMA is, and a previous resistance, which is now our support. So I'll watch that 233.21 area for Apple. So if you trade Apple, again, I always say y'all trade carefully. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. We are now looking at AMD. AMD closed at 157.90. It too is trading in this gathering spot, right? So as of right now, pre-market resistance is at 157.31. Support is here at 156.76. So this is our zone that we are trading in. So where are the trouble places? To the upside, we will need to break back above 157.31. We'll have trouble around 157.60. If we should break that level, 157.91, 158.23, 158.50, 159.02. If we break the 159.02, then we could have trouble at 159.16. Those are going to be trouble places to the upside for AMD. Now to the downside, under 156.75, we could possibly have trouble around 156.40. If we break that 156.40, 156.16, again at 156 even, those are going to be trouble places to the downside or support areas, right? So under 156, we could possibly have trouble at 155.53. Under 155.53, 155.11, and then again here at 154.84. I would definitely watch those areas to the upside and to the downside for Apple. Now, Amazon is an inside day candle for us today. And Amazon closed at 189. So as of right now, I'll give the inside day trigger. If we break above this 189.49, then we have an upside target of 190.74. If we should break under 186.41, we have a downside target for Amazon at 186.25. As of right now, it is trading in this zone. Our resistance is around 188.41, and support is right here at 187.85. I would definitely, you see prices just gathered in this area here. So that is our support resistance, and that is our support. So where are the trouble places for Amazon as of right now above 188.41. We could possibly have trouble here at 188.97. Again, here at the ATR trail and stop at 189.45. If we should break that level, 190.05 or 190.08 could be a trouble place for Amazon. If we break to 190.08, we could very well reach that target of 190.74 or have trouble in that area. So I would watch those places to the upside for Amazon. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under the 187.85 area, we could very well come down and find support at 187.13. If we lose that 187.13, we could break through the, find support at the 186.41. And if we should break that, we could very well reach that downside target of 186.25. If we break the 186.25, we could have trouble here at 185.61. So those are trouble places to the upside and to the downside for Amazon. And it is an inside day candle for today. So if you trade Amazon, y'all know I always say trade carefully. We are now looking at NVDA. And NVIDIA closed at 143.71. We have made a pre-market high of 144.50. So where are the trouble places for NVIDIA as of right now? As you can see, price has been trading in this zone here. So resistance was at the 144.50. Support is here at 143.72. To the downside, if we should break this level of 143.72, we could possibly have trouble at 143.19. or 143.29 and then 143.19. Those are going to be trouble places, and under that 143 even, I will definitely watch those places for support. Now if we should lose that support area for NVIDIA, we can come back to 142.41. If we lose that, 141.94, and if we should lose that, we can come back to 141.67. Those are going to be trouble places or support places for NVIDIA, right? So if you trade that, again, I always say trade carefully. If we lose that 141, let's see, 141.40, 141 even area, I would definitely watch. I would say the 140.38. We could very well come down under the 140. Let me rephrase that, okay. So with NVIDIA, y'all know, under 141.94, we could possibly find support at 141.67. If we lose the 141.67, 140.92. If we lose that, 140.34. And if we lose the 140.34, 139.99. If we should lose that, we could very well come back to 139.07 or 139.12. So those are going to be trouble places for NVIDIA to the downside. So again, y'all, I always say trade carefully. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. We did have a few inside day candles. Carvana is one of those. If by chance we break above 193.48, 193.98 is the target. Under 188.85 gives a downside target of 188.10. So if you trade Carvana today, it is an inside day candle. AT&T is also an inside day candle, which we have already reached the target to the downside. See how it broke through the level of 21.65, gave us a downside target of 21.63, and we've already reached that pre-market. Definitely watch this area of 21.43 for AT&T. So if you trade AT&T, trade carefully. Wells Fargo is an inside day candle. We have already reached a downside target for that. Also pre-market, 63.90 was the breakthrough, and the target was 63.82, and we've made a low of 63.69, which is interesting, right? So the other inside day candle we had was Walmart, and it too has already reached the downside target for today. So today's going to be an interesting day today, right? Now, not saying that Walmart can't go back to the upside. If by chance we break above 81.55, the upside target for Walmart is 81.70. So I would definitely watch those areas. Again, y'all, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Again, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. This is what I see when I look at the market, and y'all, there's so many ways to trade. And sometimes the confusing things are the most important thing is to discover what works best for you, right? So in all you're getting, make sure you get some understanding. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day. And I always like to say, y'all, please, if you could, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Why? Because we learn and we grow together. Until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.